I don't know how dialed in you are to the talk coming out of Broncos camp, but boy, conversation of the day is in regards to Shawn Payton and how much he loves this football team. He's described his quarterback as a top 4 or 5 QB over the next 2 years. He's said that he's only had 6 teams previously that he thought could win a Super Bowl. This is his 7th team. Are you buying the hype coming out of Shawn Payton?
I am. I did that Denver game at Arrowhead with the blocked field goal that would have won it, right in the middle of the season. I did them. I'm trying to think where else I had him for the Russell Wilson time, and then I had him for Bo last year. And did you guys see the ESPN story written by, was it Wickersham or Wicker? Somebody, I just read it today or yesterday about Sean's equation grading quarterbacks, his formula for grading quarterbacks and going through their college tape and grading every play, and when they threw a pick or when they made a good out, pattern throw, or when they decided to flee the pocket and run. Anyway, for a Bronco fan, I would highly recommend this story. And I'm not an ESPN guy, but I read a portion of it in the last 24 hours and was just stunned by the amount of detail that Sean had taken into getting that next quarterback. And this was the Caleb Williams draft. And we know where Bo was picked and how Sean took what he saw in all those college 61 games he started at Auburn and at Oregon and took that and molded it into where he thinks a rookie quarterback should be, working on his deficiencies, enhancing his positive traits, and making him fall right into stride, which is the most remarkable story, I think, of any young player last year, how he leaves a college game and seamlessly comes to a demanding head coach and did what he did as a rookie. I just thought it was one of the great stories last year in the NFL. And when we meet with Sean with CBS for these Sunday games, there is not a head coach in the NFL who gives us more good stuff, information. Sometimes he asks for our quiet on a story, not to relay it. Other times he'll take us inside his thought process and we can use that story. But I find him fascinating on every level in what he's done. First of all, with Russ, now he's doing with Bo, building the team, getting the kind of parts together. I am buying. The problem is they're in a rugged division with an improving Raider team and an emerging Charger team and an established Chiefs team. That division, the AFC West, is just a smidge below the best division in football, which I think is the NFC North with Detroit, Green Bay, the Vikings, and the Bears.
That's well said. I was going to say this. He'd mentioned in a story that he thinks that Bo Nix can be a top 4 or 5 quarterback. Well, right now he's not top 5 just in the AFC. I mean, you look at the quarterbacks in the AFC. I mean, to make that kind of jump for Bo Nix, that would be a heck of a feat.
Well, wait a second. He better be one of the top 5 in the AFC. There's only 4 teams. Oh, the AFC.
AFC.
Oh, just the whole AFC.
Just sit over in your corner and let the big boys talk.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Big boys are talking right now.
But Tyler, get in the way of these guys. I can sense the tension.
I do
all
my
the
best.
way right now, right? I mean, you can cut it with a knife. But I do think the Broncos are formidable. I don't know where the Chiefs are. Clearly, coach, the quarterback, and the parts are there. But I do think there was some mental exhaustion going into last season's postseason. They did get their stride. They made it all the way to the final game, but they were, especially on the offensive line. We knew going into that game against the Eagles, their line needed a change, and they weren't lucky to get as far as they got. It speaks to the coaching, the quarterback, the overall talent. But you've got a hard-charging Bronco team with a coach who is as enthused as anybody and believes in what he's doing. And the stair steps have been taken. And where they in Cortland did he just sign an extension?
Yeah.
For less than he could have gotten someplace else? Did I read?
Well, it was a pretty healthy deal, but yeah.
It was. but listen, they've bought in, and players and Tyler and Scotty, they will crawl for leadership. They want to be led. There are individual leaders, but at the end of the day, it's the coach and the organization which sets the path. And I just think Shawn Payton is one of the great leadership coaches in pro football. And Bo Nix has bought into it, whether he's spending. Did he spend time with who did he spend time with this past?
Drew Brees a little
Drew
bit.
in San Diego. Yeah, I read that story. Yeah. I thought that was a great thing for him. I mean, like he is so invested, son of a coach. Like this guy gets it. And this is the perfect quarterback at the perfect time for where Shawn is in his career and how he's mapping out the next handful of years as the coach of the Broncos.
All right, Kevin, you're the best. There's the fish ain't going to catch themselves or whatever the hell you're doing in the lake. Or
just, I was going to ask you. You pay attention to what the Nuggets have done this summer.
Oh, we're going to get into some hoop.
They kind of announced
they've had a very good offseason, haven't they? Wow.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be interesting. No, but what I was asking, you mentioned radio and your announcers. Growing up for me in a small town in Kansas and Independence down the southeast corner there. Fred White and Denny Matthews with you with Kansas City Royals baseball.
Oh my God.
Remember those guys, right?
I do. Denny's still broadcasting. I think he's in his 50 or 60th year.
What?
Yes, yeah. Unbelievable
Started
run.
in 69 with him, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he was 22, and Buddy Blattner, who was a famous broadcaster at the time, they got this young kid, and they thought we'll mold him, and they did, and he's got won the Ford Frick Award.
That's awesome.
So he's in the Cooperstown Hall of Fame. So he's one of the legendary voices in sports, and certainly in Major League Baseball. We were lucky enough to listen to him in the state of Kansas. But back to our original point, Westwood One is thrilled to be on your station, thrilled to be a part of your culture, and you call us anytime. And I'll even speak for Kurt Warner, my partner on Monday Night Football. If he ever says, no, I'm too busy, I'll get in his ear and I'll force him to come on and be with you guys.
We'll take you up on that.
There you go.
He is really, make sure you've got about a half hour devoted to him, because this guy is as prepared an analyst as there is in pro football. And he's it's an honor to work with him every Monday night.
Well, Monday night, September 29th, Broncos hosting the Bengals. It's a banger. It's a good one.
We'll be there. We'll be there. That'll be a beauty.
Ooh, that'll be a good one.
That's a good one. Kevin, we really appreciate it, man. And we'll talk to you down the line. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you carrying our games, and sure nice to visit with you guys this afternoon. Thank you.
See you, buddy.
The legendary Kevin Harlan.